Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you to this episode of All Things Lean with your host Madhulika Rajahan. In our last episode, we talked about the context of use. Today, we will talk about heuristics. What are they and how they work? Every day, our brains must process and respond to thousands of problems, both large and small, at a moment's notice. It might even be overwhelming to consider the sheer volume of complex problems we regularly face in need of a quick solution. While one might wish there was time to methodically and thoughtfully evaluate the fine details of everyday tasks, the cognitive demands of daily life often make such processing logically impossible. Therefore, the brain must develop reliable shortcuts to keep up with the stimulus-rich environments we inhabit. Psychologists refer to these efficient problem-solving techniques as heuristics. A heuristic in psychology is a mental shortcut or a rule of thumb that simplifies decision-making and problem-solving. Heuristics often speed up the process of finding a satisfactory solution, but they can also lead to cognitive biases. Heuristics can be thought of as a general cognitive framework humans rely on regularly to reach a solution quickly. In user experience or user design, professional evaluators use heuristic evaluation to systematically determine a design's or product's usability. Heuristic evaluation is a process where experts use rules of thumb to measure the usability of user interface in independent walkthroughs and report issues. Evaluators use established heuristics, example Nielsen-Molich, and reveal insights that can help design teams enhance product usability from early in development. In user experience design, professional evaluators use heuristic evaluation to determine a design's or product's usability systematically. As experts, they go through a checklist of criteria to find flaws that design teams overlook. The Nielsen-Molich heuristic states that a system should keep users informed about its status appropriately and promptly, show information in ways users understand from how the real world operates and in the user's language, offer user controls and let them undo errors easily. Be consistent so users aren't confused over what different words or icons mean. Prevent errors. A system should either avoid conditions where errors arise or warn users before they take risky actions. For example, are you sure you want to do this? Messages. Have visible information, instructions, etc. to let users recognize opinions, actions, instead of forcing them to rely on memory. Be flexible so experienced users find faster ways to attain goals. Have no clutter containing only relevant information for current tasks. Provide plain language help regarding errors and solutions. List concise steps in lean, searchable documents for overcoming problems. When you apply the Nielsen-Molich heuristics as an expert, you have powerful tools to measure a design's usability. However, like any method, there are pros and cons. Pros of heuristic evaluation. Heuristics can help highlight potential usability issues early in the design process. It is a fast and inexpensive tool compared with other methods involving real users. Some of the cons of heuristic evaluations are heuristic evaluation depends on the knowledge and expertise of the evaluators. Training the evaluators or hiring external evaluators might increase the time and money required for conducting the evaluation itself. Heuristic evaluation is based on assumption about what good usability is. As heuristics are based on research, this is often true. However, the evaluations are no substitute for testing with real users. These are, as the name suggests, only guidelines and not rules that are set in stone. Heuristic evaluation can end up giving false alarms. In their article, Usability Testing versus Heuristic Evaluation, a head-to-head comparison, Robert Bailey, Robert Allen, and P. Rialio found that 43% of problems identified by experimental heuristic evaluations are not actually problems. Furthermore, evaluators should only identify 21% of genuine usability problems in comparison with usability testing. A vital point is that heuristic evaluation, no matter how helpful, is no substitute for usability testing. So let's see how we go about conducting a heuristic evaluation. To conduct a heuristic evaluation, you can follow these steps. First, know what to test and how. Whether it's the entire product or one procedure, clearly define the parameters of what to test and the objective thereof. Secondly, know your users and have a clear definition of the target audience's goals, contexts, etc. User personas can help evaluators see things from the user's perspective. Select 3 to 5 evaluators, ensuring their expertise in usability and the relevant industry. Number 4, define the heuristics, around 5 to 10. This will depend on the nature of the system, product, or design. Considering adopting and adapting the Nielsen-Molich heuristics or using and defining others. Fifthly, brief evaluators on what to cover in a selection of tasks, suggesting a scale of severity codes that is critical to flag issues. Number 6, first walkthrough. Have evaluators use the product freely so they can identify elements to analyze. Second walkthrough. Evaluators scrutinize individual elements according to the heuristics. They also examine how these fit into the overall design, clearly recording all issues encountered. And finally, number 8, debrief the evaluators in a session so that they can collate results for analysis and suggest the fixes. To recap, heuristics are ingrained cognitive processes utilized by all humans and can lead to various biases. Both of these statements are established facts. However, this does not mean that the biases that heuristics produce are unavoidable. As the wide-ranging impact of such biases on societal institutions have become a popular research topic, psychologists have emphasized techniques for reaching more sound, thoughtful, and fair decisions in our daily lives. With this, we come to an end to this episode of All Things Lean. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section on what you'd like to hear more. Until next time, this is your host, Madhulika Rajahan, signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead.